Oh, we're back on Triad today, and I'm looking at two new publications, and we're going to tell you later on how you can get these. One is a regional transit map. This is like don't leave home without it type of thing. This is great. And then the transportation solution. There's a part brochure. We're going to tell you about how to get those. But first, I'm going to introduce you to our special guest who's been here on the show before. We love having Mark here. JPAL, our director, we can see Mark Kirstner, who is Senior Transportation Planner at Piedmont Authority for Regional Transportation. But you wear many hats, too.
I would like to think so.
You do everything over there.
I try.
You and I were at the big part summit back in April, and the United States Secretary Ray Hood made some comments that made us think. And one of the things he said was, we need to speak with one voice. My question to you is, what is our region doing to cooperate and work together with that one voice?
Mm-hmm. Well, Jim, I think there's a number of initiatives, certainly that PART's involved with, that deals with transit and transportation. We're currently working on some technology type issues with our other transit systems to make the rides for our passengers a whole lot smoother.
Now you keep saying transit systems. How many transit systems are operating in this region?
Well, if you take the whole PART area, you have the HiTran, WISTA, and GTA, and then each of the counties have a community transportation system as well. With the exception of Waivetti, which covers several counties. So there's as many as 10 or 12 transit systems that operate in the area.
I don't want to put you in the middle, but let me just ask, be devil's advocate here. Wouldn't it be beneficial to consolidate all of these transit systems? And don't send me any hate mail if you run these other transit systems. I have good friends who run these systems. But I mean, what's your opinion on that?
Well, I think that there's a lot of things that can be done to better coordinate and provide better services without maybe them all being one system, but a lot of umbrelling of services and technologies and just marketing efforts throughout the region to make sure that people are aware of transit, can certainly be done.
You've touched on technology. You've mentioned that a couple times. I don't want to let that pass. What types of regional technology have been implemented? What are you thinking about? Where are you going with this?
Well, one thing that is already in place is the demand response systems and the paratransit systems that operate in the region in Guilford and Forsyth now use one scheduling type of software. So if there ever was a consolidation of those trips, it would make that a whole lot better. In fact, we're going to run a simulation here in 2 weeks to see if there can be some efficiencies by running trips together through various systems.
When you say running trips together, you're talking a little bit over my head. Give me an example of what you mean by running trips together.
Well, prime example is in Guilford County. There is a Guilford County system that will bring older adults to senior centers. Then there is also the SCAT system, which is the GTA Paratransit, and they'll be running some of the same trips. So a lot of times you'll see the vehicles running down the road behind each other and going to the same places. What if there was a little bit of swapping out of trips there and marrying of trips to be a little bit more efficient?
Oh, that's an excellent idea. Now, before we leave the technology thing, are there any technologies planned for the future? I think you sent me an email one day and you scribbled on there, said something like, I'm going to get this right, automatic vehicle locator. What the heck is that?
Well, there's two things that can be done with an AVL, or automatic vehicle locating system. One is from an operational standpoint, you can see where the vehicles are at any single time. So if you have a passenger that calls in and says, I'm wondering if I missed the bus, you can actually look on the screen and see where that bus is. The second thing is these are very important steps towards what's called next bus information.
Gotcha.
Where at a bus stop you actually have a screen that tells you the bus will be here in the next 5 minutes.
What if I don't want my wife to know where I am? Wouldn't that be dangerous for me? Don't answer that.
Okay.
Don't answer that question. All right, now I'm going to hold up the regional transit map again. And where can we get this? This is brand new. This gives you all the route information. I'm not going to open it up because it's like huge, but it's a great thing to have handy at your home. Where can we get this?
Well, they're available at PART Hub, and where you can get PART tickets. They're also available at all the other transit systems. So if we've distributed them throughout the area, and we take them to events when we go out marketing transit in the region.
This really tells you everything you need to know. And also, just for background on PART and some good information, there's a new brochure. Now, what about this? Is this something you can get off the website?
We don't have that available on the website yet, but we could certainly make that available. We use it at events and other types of marketing activities as well. It tells the whole story. PART, as you know, is more than just public transit. We do a lot of regional type activities that involve land use as well as other transportation planning, and this tries to help people understand that.
So much more I want to cover with you. You come back sometime?
I sure will.
And the website again, www.partnc.org. The maps, the routes, everything you need are on there. Use it. Use less oil and fuel in your car and use PART.